you have it, please? Thank you.
Okay, citizen comments?
Who's up first?
Citizens comments?
Where are we starting? About what? Commenting about what?
Whatever.
Southwest 50th Street?
Is that what you're
all
talking
here
about?
for?
Is that what you're all here for?
What's the problem? Why is there a discussion, even a discussion? Why do we have to be here to discuss the possibility of tearing out?
Okay, what is your name?
John Beaver. I own the 40 acres on the southwest corner of 50th.
Wait, I'm sorry, there's discussion about tearing out the road? Is that true?
What do you want to discuss? The 50th chip and seal?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to discuss? That the road was put in when it wasn't stabilized? The road's not stabilized. That's the problem with the road. So you stabilize it with fly ash or lime at 14%, and you put it at 120% compaction ratio. And then you have a solid base that you can't even drive a nail in after 3 days when it sets up. But the problem is that it was rushed through. The whole process was rushed through. I sat right there in that chair over there and said, the road's not stabilized. It'll never hold up. So here it is, and then Randy Wells, you gave everybody your personal guarantee that we wouldn't touch that road till December of 2026. And I said, that's impossible. It's not stabilized. So the problem with the road not stabilized is now we have 350 to 400 foot soft spots in the quarter points. So there's water underneath the road. I've talked to John Reed, I've talked to Scott Burkamp. I mean, I've talked to every subgrade guy that I know. And what is the fix? The fix is to turn the road under, start over, and stabilize it. Burkamp's price on a quarter mile of that road was $80,000 on a quarter mile. He bid a quarter just to do those sections. But I talked to the county engineer and the county road superintendent, both of them. Both of them told me the road wasn't stabilized, that they're not going to chip and seal it, put another coat on it, until the road is actually fitting county specs. County specs is a profile. Do we have that profile? Ted's got it.
I have
We
no
have,
idea
we
what-
have a profile of the road. Yes, Colin.
Just to add to that, I actually met with Curtis Mayer a couple weeks ago about the road.
Yeah.
His comment to me was that he thinks the road is quite salvageable. Actually, it's going to take some work.
Yeah, it is, Colin, but you have to spend over $200,000 on it.
Let me finish, please. What he told me to do, what he thought, is what I brought up some time ago about digging out the soft spots. Put some rock in there. Now there's some conditions on this too. When you get done, put some rock in there, pick it down, put some asphalt over. Those are temporary fixes, I understand, and that's what he said. That's what he said too. It's temporary fixes.
Okay.
He did not think the road should be torn up. He also said that, he would be agreeable to something like this if the township committed to meeting the qualifications as he stated.
Okay, that's great, Colin. Let me finish, Colin. The specifications for the county is that it has a profile on the road, that the trees that are down at the bottom of the draw, they have to come out, because he's not gonna put anything in there that's gonna hit the machinery or that. The county profile also calls for a ditch with a slope, a bottom, and a back slope. The problem on the north side is that we have a fiber optics line that's in the bottom of the ditch. If we actually cut the profile of the ditch with a 4-foot bottom, you're gonna hit the fiber optics. The fiber optics is in place, and they don't have to move it. We can make a request on the project, but it could be a year, 2 years before they even respond to that. There's nothing in the state statute that says that they have to do it. We cannot make any utility company do anything that they don't feel like doing. Now we're changing that now with the county coming in and any new utilities coming in, that they notify us, and we can tell them where we want that. But as far as the road is right now, the soft spots are so much. But what is the number? What is the money number on the fix? Because it's going to be over $100,000. Do we spend 1/5 of our budget on 1 mile of the road?
That road it's got to be fixed, it's got to be taken care of. In the 3 years that I've been there, there's basically been nothing done. So
Right.
we're not spending any money on it.
Yeah, actually we are. All those patches and stuff that we have labor.
There's one
we have
guy
Ted
that's out there occasionally
one
in a
guy.
yellow truck that does a few things, so we haven't spent very much money on it, but I
How do
think
you
that-
know that? How do you know that?
Because I drive up and down.
No, how do you know how much money we spent on that road?
I don't know how much,
There,
I'm
thank
just,
you.
I'm just saying that it's not enough.
Okay, so what we have here is one guy that I don't want out there with a quickie saw cutting, digging, patching it all in. We're looking at temporary help now, but I don't want to put one guy out there. It needs to be done by a contractor or the county
Okay.
because they have the equipment. We don't have an oil truck, we don't have a tamper, we don't have a smooth roller, we don't have the equipment to do it. We don't.
I
But
understand that.
when we get going on that, those costs are absorbent. Where do we stop? Because you've got, hold on, Colin, I'm not done. So when those costs are absorbent, where do we stop that? What is the number that we stop at?
There's contractors that have that equipment that we can hire to
Absolutely.
take care of it.
And those contractors make job plus 30%.
I think the main thing that we need to establish is that we are working from a point here to save and take care of the road.
Okay,
And
what
that
cost?
there is not, there's not even an option on the table to talk about taking the chip and seal out. And
There is an option on the table. Absolutely there is.
That needs to be
So
gone.
if I
Excuse me.
Needs to be gone.
Absolutely there is. It's a, it's a financial decision whether we have the money or not.
I think we have it.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I used
What
to
is
work
your
for-
name?
My name's Thomas Wilson. I work for Andale Construction. We specialize in cement stabilization, earthwork, paving.
Yeah, I know the company.
Perfect. So that road is not completely shot. You're right, it doesn't meet the spec.
It doesn't meet
You
the
rolled
specs.
it off.
It doesn't meet the profile, the ditch specs.
I'm not arguing with you on that.
Okay,
Ideally, you're exactly right. It should be cement stabilized or fly ash or lime,
Right.
ideally before you chip seal it. But I think the whole argument why everyone's here is that we like the chip sealed road. It's been paid for. It does need some cost. You're absolutely right to fix and repair it. It sounds like you're shorthanded.
What do you think?
I do estimating every single day.
what do you think
And I-
Andale's estimate on fixing that road is? What do you think that cost is?
Well, your 84,000, I'm sure includes some earthwork to it. 246 a square foot.
Excuse me, I don't have a babysitter,
I
so
don't-
my 6-year-old's going to be here as well.
I don't think you're out of line under 80,000 to cement stabilize and do all the earthwork to do it. But
Right.
where we are right now, I feel like you could do some temporary patches and find a happy medium. I understand that
Okay, to what avail?
your point's taken that it wasn't done exactly the way it should have been.
It wasn't
But
even close to being done the
It
way
can
it should
be
have been
saved.
done. Right, but what is to what avail? So we patch that road, we do what you're saying, patch the
I
road.
understand.
What about when it goes bad, it goes bad, it goes bad? Because you have 350-foot wet spots in the quarter point of that road on both sides and the crown is failing.
I've seen it, I understand.
Right, so you know.
Yeah.
So what is your number to fix that road?
Well, like I said, your 84,000 isn't too far off to completely pulverize.
And that's not including the top cap.
And stabilize.
Not including the top cap, so you're over 100,000 now.
You're spot
It's
on
still
on that.
far superior to a dirt road.
It isn't, it
To who?
is,
Safer than.
All of our property values.
Hold on,
When
pause.
we bought the places.
Pause, 1 second. We have 72 plus miles of road in this township, so you guys are all wanting us to spend $100,000.
On 1 mile.
Who said $100,000?
How much
traffic
density is
on that
No,
one?
no,
It would
no, I
eventually
didn't.
end up
He
over
didn't say that.
$100,000 if
I
that
didn't
road
get
is
a chance
fixed.
to finish. He didn't.
Maybe we listen to Colin Perry on what he was trying to finish telling us.
Excuse me, no,
Please.
not right now. I want to finish it, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So, spending the entire money, 84,000, right, to reshape it, pulverize it, and chip seal it, I don't.
No, that's to stabilize 1/4 of a mile.
I don't think it needs the entire thing.
Right.
To start with. I think that you can do minor repairs where the soft spots are.
Do you think Andale Construction is willing to do that for how much?
I'll do it cost plus 10%.
And that number is
I
80,000?
haven't put together an estimate right this minute.
80,000?
So, you can do
Because
it.
you know that number's right.
To reshape a road and pulverize it, sure. But
No,
you don't
no,
need
a
to-
quarter of that road.
You don't need to do that. You and I both know that. You're rattling off, I'm a dirt guy myself. But all we need to do is fix the blowouts, where the rock ridge comes over, where's the worst.
And you don't think your saturation levels are beyond the quarter point failures?
There's
You don't think the
there's fact.
saturation levels aren't 10,
There's
15 feet
fat
outside of
clay.
that?
There's fat clay out there. It's
Right.
not an ideal road. It's not an ideal spec or grade, but it has held up very well for the time that it's been chip sealed. And for minor dollars to put into it, to cut out the
What's
soft
minor?
spots.
What is that number?
To put
'Cause
some
you're-
base rock?
No,
I mean, if you-
no, to do your minor repairs plus 10% from Andel Construction to come in and do that. What's that number?
Well, you have the equipment to do it. I mean, we've been patching the road ourselves, helping, and maybe you're gonna throw us
You guys
in
have been
jail.
out there patching the road?
Sure, you're gonna throw me
Do you
in
understand
jail?
what kind of liability comes with that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're
Right, because if anybody has an
You're
accident,
gonna
or you
call
guys
the
have changed the
sheriff.
profile of that road, then you guys are
We're trying
liable.
to.
Are you gonna
We
call
pay
the sheriff
taxes.
on us?
So
No, I'm
we
gonna
are
call the
trying
county
to help.
engineer.
You gonna call the sheriff on us?
The county engineer.
And I
be the
think
one
he'll-
calling.
Volunteer work?
I think he'll understand.
Right, were you gonna go work on a
situation.
turnpike bridge next?
Man,
What experience
we're
do
not
you
here to
have
fight.
working on the road? You have traffic
Right.
I've
control?
worked on a lot of roads.
Is there traffic control?
Worked on a lot of roads. Hey, we're not here to fight, man. We're not
Right,
here to
I
fight. We're not
I
here to
understand that,
disrespect. We wanna come up with a solution. We're here, we've been volunteering. We've been here to help. We can help trim trees. I think everyone in here would be willing to chip in. I can bring some saws up. We can cut some chip seal up, and maybe if you can supply the base rock, I got plenty of iron. I live on it. These people live on it as well. We want a
I
solution.
realize that, but we as a township can't have the citizens out working on a road. The same reason why we have a crown in the road, and when people take the crown off, that's an issue. You guys, it's on the liability issues for the township, we're responsible for that.
Has someone taken the crown off the road?
Yes?
Where, in this spot here?
No, right around the corner from you, but yeah.
Well-
That's my point is, we can't have citizens working on the road.
I
Go ahead,
understand.
Colin.
What I'm going to say is when I talked to the county engineer, he said we do not have to meet all of those qualifications at this point in time. We need to work on them and move towards getting that done. But it's not
Before-
something that has to be done right away.
Before it's chip and sealed, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
When does that
we need to
happen?
get those process- Can I please talk without interrupting?
No, I asked a question, when does that happen?
When I'm done finishing, I'll answer your question.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Colin.
What the county engineer told me, we can work towards it. It does not have to be done at this point in time. All of it before they will chip seal it. We can fix those areas, as I described earlier, and work towards moving the trees, getting the ditches cleared. We even brought up a picture of the road, and he said all you gotta do there, you got about a 4 or 5% grade on the crown, drop the blade another 4 or 5 degrees, and cut a ditch, and put the dirt back up in there, and he's fine with that.
Yeah,
It
who's
doesn't have to all be done right now.
doing that, Colin?
I think we have a blade operator that does a very good job, and he can handle that.
Right, we can't cut the ditch, we got a fiber optics on the north side.
Maybe it's not on the north side, it might be on the south side.
It's where the markers are.
I'd be happy to come help
I
pothole.
don't
You
think
have
the
a lot of
ditch is the
citizens be
problem.
happy to pothole.
The ditch is the problem, it's part of the
You
profile.
asked too, I was, who are you?
Pause.
Who am I?
Pause, hey, pause 1 second. Pause 1 second. This is new information for us because Curtis Mater told you it had to be done to specs.
To
or they will
county
not do
spec,
it.
or they will not do it.
This is brand new information that I have not heard unless you guys have had a conversation without me, which I'm not surprised that you have. But this is brand new information that I have not heard. I heard that it had to be the last thing out of Curtis Mater's mouth was it had to be to spec or the county would not chip and seal it. So it wasn't even an option because it was not to spec.
And that was agreed by John Vito as well.
So this is new information.
Okay, so,
That's what he told me a couple, 3 weeks ago, and I don't remember the exact date when I met with him.
Which is great. That's great news. It's
yeah, I'll get back with Curtis on that. But I don't think Curtis is gonna be okay with having citizens out working on the road. I think we've got liability issues, and we'll have to talk to Terry, the county councilor, about that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking what needs to be done to fix the road.
Okay,
Yeah, we need to see a comprehensive plan, and we need to see numbers. I mean, we need to see a good plan. We don't just need to hear rumors that, hey, we're gonna tear the street out.
where did you hear that from?
Which is
Right, how we all
is a
up here?
rumor.
I
It's a
haven't
rumor.
heard
Is
that.
this normal? Is this every meeting that have this many people in here?
Fantastic. I'm the treasurer of the township, and this is the first I've heard that we were going to tear out the street.
Okay.
This is something I haven't heard before, so I don't know where this rumor started.
Or I don't either.
I don't know if these guys are talking behind my back. Very possible, but I had not heard that we were tearing out the street.
Is
Well,
it-
that's why we're all here.
yeah, well, so what was your other question, who am I?
Yes.
What do you wanna know?
Who What's your
name?
name? What's your role? This is my first meeting.
I'm the township trustee.
We don't,
My name's Antonio Rodriguez, I'm the
We
township
don't have to
trustee.
introduce ourselves, this is what we do every day.
Township.
You don't
Township.
have to give that.
Right, township, 72 miles of road is what I'm in charge of.
My name is trustee, my name is treasurer, you don't have to do any of that? And then you open a forum, you don't have to do any of that?
You don't identify for new people?
We're on a website, it's on the county website.
But you can't get minutes of things off the website.
He asked me who I was, I answered the question.
I know. I'm
Okay, we're
just-
off base here. Who else has something else to add? You had something?
Yeah.
Bill Hawker?
Yes, Tony. First of all, I happen to know what's your background, and I hear what his background is. I would think that this gentleman would have some credibility. Number two, the whole thing about the darn easement and a utility, hogwash. No utility, and I worked with this 30 years, can come in, put their utility in, and supersede anybody's roads and nullify their rights.
That's correct, that's
And
correct,
so
Bill.
you can't be saying,
No, 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 no,
we
no.
can't touch it.
No. We can't touch the fiber optics. But we gotta tell them that they need to move it on a
Well, then-
project, but they don't have any
Absolutely,
time
but that
frame to
does
do
not
that.
give them
Mhm.
the right to say that they can't be held accountable for working with you.
Right,
You
Bill.
give them the,
But
no,
they-
they got the, you.
But there's
No,
nothing in the state statute that tells
they
them
have,
how,
no,
when they
listen,
can do that.
Listen, here's how it works, buddy. You have a goddamn
Oh,
easement.
excuse me.
Right,
Excuse
Joe,
me.
not-
All right, gotcha.
Thank you.
You have an easement. You allowed them. So as you allowed them, not you personally.
I didn't.
Not you
Right, there
personally,
you go.
but the township. Okay, whoever the road is, they allow it. Therefore, they are under what they don't have to do it the second you call them up, but they have to abide by what you need to maintain that road. That's the way it works in the story.
But they don't have a time frame that they have to
They
react to
do
that.
not.
There you go.
But they do not. But they are required to work with you. You're the boss in this because.
Right, I understand
Yeah,
that.
but you can't just run roughshod over it.
Right.
Tony.
You think
we
they're gonna
do
come out and
know
do a
some things.
$60,000 relocation right off the bat when we ask them to? They're gonna put that off as long as they can.
Well,
And
that
I
may
see it
be.
every day.
Third, do you feel like you're working with us here at all?
Working
Do you
with,
really?
No.
Do you
no, I
feel
told
like you're
Colin
working
Perry at
with
the
us?
last meeting that we could take the road budget that we have for everybody in the township, divide it by 72, and give that allotted money for a contractor to work on that road.
Well,
And I
that's
agree with
based
that.
on fictitious numbers that you come up with.
No,
No, that's based, they
on,
said, now we
that's on
just
the
heard
treasurer's
new
report.
information, is that not true? We just heard that it doesn't have to be all spent. You can do a portion of it. Now that
Right.
we're in this situation where it has been that it's been built the way it's been built, you do not have to rip it out and start all over again. You don't have to, and that's what your numbers are based on.
You could patch it.
You can patch it.
And
Come
to
on,
what
now, buddy.
effect?
Come on. You're a
What do you
neighbor.
think that
can
those
work
patches
with
are gonna hold?
Is
that
it
the
not
rest of-
true that there's a different reason you don't want it done?
Money.
No, not just money.
No, that's money.
You
It's
just
money.
don't want it done.
It's
Let's
a
be
money
honest.
issue, Bill.
Let's get right to the issue, buddy.
Yeah, it is. It's a money issue.
It
You
is
guys
not.
want to spend over $100,000 of
No,
this budget.
no,
That's 1/5 of the
no,
budget.
that's not what we're wanting to do. That's not.
If
what
you
we're
wanna fix it
asking.
right, that's what it's gonna take.
That is not what we're asking. We want you to work with us here and keep this road the way it is. We want a black.
And to what cost? Where's that limit of that cost?
You
That's
have a
right.
lot of roads, we understand that.
Right,
We
I
just
do.
would- We would just
If
like
you
to
would
patch
work
it.
with us,
Patch
it could
it
be
in-
done. If
We're willing to
you
help.
work
Okay.
with us, it can be done.
Is Andale gonna obligate to patch that road at 172 of the township budget for the road? Is Andale gonna do that plus cost 10%? It has to be done by a contractor. We can't have citizens out tearing up road, cutting. We can't have that. The citizens are not gonna be out repairing road.
They got
It's a liability issue.
Drawing board and have some estimates drawn.
Yeah.
Just
They
like,
can't-
just
they
like
can't
you're gonna
answer that
dance
off the
around
top.
liability, I'm gonna do the same. I live on the road, I, would like to help in any way I can with Briarcliff, and I drive down the road, but no, I'm not gonna commit to a blank check. That's not
Okay.
financially responsible.
Neither
The
am I.
The same as you.
Neither am I.
I guess I've been very level-headed, and I can see your side of it too. I'm not going
Right.
after you. But like I said,
Can I talk?
Now, hold on. Go ahead.
I believe you can patch that road.
To what avail? How much of the patch? How much are we gonna patch at what cost? That's my question. Where's that
Have you
number?
done any budgets on it? Have you done any estimates on it? Have you measured the areas that you
We
patched?
know what is our budget for the roads minus.
That's not what I'm
What's the
asking.
actual?
What we got into it today, after 3 years.
I know, but everybody in Briarcliff spent $300 on this road to get it to happen, right?
That's not true.
Right.
Oh, it's not?
No, and I'd like to speak at some point if you give me the chance.
Okay, give me 1 second. So you guys have minimal cost, but now we have an absorbent cost that's gonna have to come back to fix that mistake.
So could I hear what Randy has to say?
Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
Okay. Everybody here, I think, probably know Randall Wells, lived in the Briarcliff. And back in September of 2021, and then when I moved out to there, that, as everybody knows, that was the worst, absolute worst road in Benton Township. You couldn't even drive down, you couldn't even see to drive down. The dust, it was just horrible, and then the mud. And it was one of my goals to get something done with it. So went to the county, went to the township, and the county, which I've got the letter from the county from 2021, which I provide to anybody that wants to read it. I was told since the turnpike was raising the turnpike bridge, they were gonna make 50th, Tawakoni, and 60th a bypass. And so I said to Will Johnson, county manager, I said, why don't we get the turnpike involved? So he got with the turnpike. Turnpike helped with gravel and doing some stuff and put dust-proof stuff on it and did all kinds of stuff. They were supposed to help in building the road up to get it ready for the double chip seal. And I'm not gonna disagree with you, it wasn't totally brought up to where it should have been probably at that time. But it was done. It's 10,000 times better than it ever was. And the one thing that I would like to ask, and the other thing, and you mentioned 71 miles of road. I agree with you. You got 71 miles of road. And I'd like for you to tell me if you've got the figures of how many people drive down each one of those roads in a mile.
We don't
Right.
have that.
Well,
We don't
we
have
do.
that, we don't have that.
We do.
But I will tell you, if it's anything over 250, it's more than called out for a chip and seal road.
Okay, let me finish. That road, we bought with our own money, counters, and put them on that road. There's between 300 and 400 cars a day. I defy you to tell me that that's not the greatest by far road travel than any other road in Benton Township. Name one.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Amen.
but the traffic
No,
count is
name-
too high for
just
this.
name one. Name one.
Tell
You
me
are,
very
you are
well.
correct. No, you are
Yeah,
correct.
right.
That's the
Okay,
heaviest
so,
traffic road.
so if you've got a road that's that heavily traveled, and then you say we're gonna take our budget divided by 71, and you've got, okay, hold on, and you've got a road, which I know people are calling, that has one house in a mile, and you're gonna give them,
Taxpayers.
that have 5 cars a day, okay? And you're gonna give them the same amount as you're gonna give a road that has 300 to 400 cars a day? You think that's logical?
Go ahead,
May I
Smith.
speak to that? In the past, and you can look at all of our records about where we put rock, we have never given the same amount across every single road. The roads that have more traffic, when they're gravel, it breaks down more, we put more gravel on those roads, we grade those roads more. So, yes, in this discussion, we have said it's 72 miles and more, by the way, because we got some more. But, so we have been saying that vaguely in this meeting, and the records will show you that that is not how we have actually budgeted money. So the roads with more traffic do get more dollars. Now, I don't have it broken down of, okay, Tawakoni from 20th to 30th gets this amount of dollars. That's not how we budget our funds. But I'm saying,
I know, but
there were some vague generalizations that, you are correct, should not have been said because that is not how we're spending our money. We recognize that roads with more traffic get more dollars.
You have a hard
Right, but it's
So-
not only the roads, it's
so-
the ditch lines, I've got water issues, I've got drainage issues, I've got broken boxes, I've got stuff with the county that we're working through, and all that takes money.
Can I finish?
Go ahead, Randy.
Okay. So, it's my understanding, and it's, should be public record, how much money did you get from FEMA recently?
We got $159,598.79 plus $1,200 this month for administrative costs.
Okay, so about
How much was
160,000.
spent over the last 3 years to repair that road?
I would have to go back and pull specific hot patch
Give
tickets
me a rough
and
idea.
time spent. I don't know.
We don't have
I
those numbers. If we would
Right,
have been if we would have not been blindsided by this meeting, we might have had some of that
If you
stuff in
want,
there.
if you want to ask,
Blindsided.
stop.
Look here, this is,
What do you mean?
If you stop.
okay,
If you would like to request those numbers, I would be more than happy to go and dig them up. But I
I'm
have
just-
no idea off the top of my
Okay.
head.
I requested it, I double requested from him, I'll request it for him and I request it for myself.
Tell me
Since
exactly
you're
what you
offering.
want. Tell me exactly what you want.
Okay.
How much has been spent in the last 3 years on that road?
On that,
Yeah,
on,
right.
from,
You have to drive down and
I
you
also-
grade all the roads every time after it rains. You drive up and down Tawakoni and put rock down on Tawakoni all the time.
Oh.
And then hardly anything gets done on 50th.
I
also
will
want
look it up.
to know what the budget.
We have a
but
great
even
road.
if
I'd like to know what the budget has been for the last 3 years for roads. How much was spent every year? Was there a carryover? What is designated for the amount this year?
All of that
That's what
information
you need
is
to
public
make a
record from
decision.
the county.
I'm
Our
asking
budget.
you, I'm here at a meeting. Could you please provide that with the information that John's requesting?
I can provide that, and
Thanks.
it costs you dollars to get copies of all of that stuff. I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm
Did
sure you've
not
had a
post
lot of
it
time before
online?
this
It's,
meeting.
we don't have a website, ma'am. We are 3 basically volunteers. If you would like to volunteer to run a website, I would love to
I was
post
only
it.
asking because the reference was made that information's available on the website, and I
No.
couldn't find
no,
it.
who I am is
County website.
available on the
The
website.
county has the website of who the officers are. The county publishes the budget information.
I'm actually happy to pay for what I requested out of my own pocket.
You'll
If
have
that
to.
will help.
Okay,
Even
I'm sorry.
Well, you
I'm
have
sorry.
to.
You know what?
Could I
I'm,
finish? Let me finish. So in this letter from 2021, it states, and I'd like to see this, that the county will work with the township to develop a long-term maintenance plan and contract for the road surface. I'd like to see that. Where's the
I'm
contract?
sorry, say that again?
It says, this is dated September 14th, 2021.
And who was this to?
This was to the township.
Okay.
This letter to the
From
township.
the county?
From Butler County Board of Commissioners,
Okay.
yes. And it says, you have been contacted by Will Johnson, County Administrator, about the double chip seal.
Weren't you in charge of that though? Weren't you in front of that?
Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Yes. I went to Will Johnson and I set that up. He talked with the township
Trying to be helpful.
board. And, yeah, we all just worked together to solve a problem that was horrible. And so I said, Will said, okay. So I came to this meeting and you were here.
Yeah, oh, I was
Mr.
here,
Robbins,
yeah.
you were here.
Right, I was,
At the
and I was
meeting.
opposed
And
to
I-
Sitting over here, if I recall.
And you're still opposed to it.
Yeah,
But
right
anyway, so my point is, I came to this meeting and I asked for $10,000 from, and then I was told by the county, when they chip seal it, that it should last 4 to 5 years. And then it was a double chip seal, then you'll have a single chip seal, which will cost $16,000. That was in 2021, okay? That was all approved. this board approved the 10 grand if I could raise 20. And so me and a few other people went door to door all over. It wasn't just Briarcliff, it was all the people up and down 50th. I figured up today, looking at a map of Benton Township, there's 125 homes that use that road every day. So you take 125 times my taxes just for Benton Township is $530 for my home. So I took 125, 530, that's $62,000 that these people who are driving 50th are paying just to Benton Township. So that little lady.
So you-
No, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Let him finish.
Please don't interrupt. So you take that figure, and then you go over here to a road that has one person in a mile that pays $500, and you go drop one load. What's one load of gravel cost today? $600 for one load? 700?
Depends on the rock, but close.
Okay, no, but you should know how much does a load of gravel cost?
Ted, how much does a load of gravel cost?
It's close.
$11 a ton.
Well, I know how much it is a ton.
28 tons per truck, per end up.
Plus hauling fees.
Plus all
Plus
the fees.
Okay, so I talked.
So I get your point.
So I talked to
point,
Bruno
yeah.
Township, Augusta Township, Wanda Township, it's between $600 and $800 a load, okay? So this lady, whoever that is, doesn't matter, it's a fictitious deal, but she sits there and she's complaining about her road, but she's paying $500. But she gets 4 loads of gravel, who's paying for that?
We are.
We are.
We're
Not just we,
125 people.
everybody in the township.
We're
Right,
all working
right.
together.
All
But we're all
the
working
taxpayers,
together.
all the taxpayers.
That's what we're trying to get at here. We just want you guys to work with us. We're willing. We can put a crew together. There's anything we can do to help. But it
Understanding
says
the
right
liability.
here that the county
Understanding the liability.
was supposed to have a long-term contract and plan to keep that road maintained, and that's what I was promised.
That didn't happen.
Did that?
Yeah.
Why did it happen?
They
Why did
promised you.
Because they promised.
They
didn't
promised.
talk to us.
They promised. This is a contract that came to you guys.
Not me.
No, because okay.
So
So
we're here to work together to try to come up
Yeah,
with a
but
solution.
I don't know about that contract.
Understood. There's
Just
different
Just
programs.
that didn't validate.
okay, let me ask you a question. Do you as a board feel that 50th, because I want to tell you something. I had a long meeting with the county engineer too, and what Colin's saying is exactly what he told me. Now, I don't know, and I know that you had a meeting with him because he told me you had a meeting with him. And you did not indicate to the county engineer that you were going to do any work on 50th. Is that true?
Yeah, after he gave me the specifications of what we had to put the road at, I knew that it was out of reach.
Okay.
I
Well,
had work
let's
bid,
get
the
him
stabilization-
to a
Go ahead,
meeting
go ahead.
and have
Andy.
him tell all of us what the story, because he didn't tell me anything like what you're saying.
Well, the county has specs.
I know he does, but he didn't say that to me. The only person that you're saying he said it to was you.
So
Yeah,
But
but
he
he
didn't
gave us,
say
he
it.
gave us a
Can we
profile.
He
work
didn't
together?
say it to Colin, he didn't say it to
I
me.
brought it up in the
This
past
is the
mean,
first
with
time
you.
of this meeting. Could we all work together to take care of our roads?
Yes, please.
We don't need to argue. Who cares?
Okay, I know, but
you
define
have a
that.
hard job.
That's what I'm
have a
asking
hard
you to do,
job.
define
I do
that.
construction every day, man.
Me too.
It is a very tough job to do what you do to take care of our roads with the budget that you have.
Right,
We
but-
get that. We
But
like to
the
work
general
with
consensus
you.
here is you wanna spend 62,000 because that's your tax dollars?
No, we want to patch the road.
Right.
We're not saying
Then let me
that.
finish. Can I finish, please?
What, you're
But
not
you want-
listening to
but-
us.
Okay,
With
well,
all
I'm
due
listening,
respect,
I
you're
asked
not
you a question
listening
3
to us.
times. To what avail? To what number?
We would like to patch the road.
To what number? What's the expense?
Let's all go walk it and make an estimate. Let's do an estimate of it.
Okay, let's do an estimate.
That's how you estimate
But do
costs.
we
Everybody
put a
know
cap on that? Am I supposed to spend $40,000 on that and
I
then another
assume that's why we have a
$24,000 and then
township
another
meeting, sir, so we can
$24,000
all
to
talk
cap
about
it?
how
Okay,
our
go ahead.
taxes are gonna be
What's the
spent.
budget for this year?
Good question.
The treasurer's report will come up in a minute, and I'll go through all of the numbers.
I mean,
There's
I'll tell you, I'm disappointed. This is the first time I've ever been to a meeting like this, and it's, I mean, unprofessional and hostile as can be.
It's not hostile. Look, everybody
Yes,
here is
it is.
attacking us and saying that we got this and we got that.
Well,
Listen, I
here's
have to, if
Tony,
I put
here's
money
what's
in,
going on.
if I put money
You've got
in
20 plus people
okay, go ahead.
here
Excuse
that
me,
are
call us off,
trying
let a person
to
go
work
and talk.
with the Benton Township
Yes.
to get this road drivable. And you have done nothing but try to stop us.
You mean
Okay?
as far as you
You
going
have
out
done
and working?
everything
Lower
in
your
your
voice,
power
Chris.
to stop everything, and you're not willing to work with us.
When I said you were loaded for bear the minute we started the meeting.
Yeah,
Can we
Prepared,
start over?
Prepared, what do you mean prepared?
you're
For what?
prepared.
Are you
Loaded.
the band? You don't let anybody finish what they're saying,
Okay,
but yet you say, let me finish.
okay,
Well, everybody else starts talking and you butt in.
okay.
Well, let them finish.
Everybody here just wants to try to make this road drivable, and you have done nothing but stop it. Okay? And if there's personal vendettas out there that people are trying to work, then you're in the wrong office. Got it?
Got a question over here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, John Covey, I live in Briarcliff, I'm the HOA president.
Civil engineer.
So my background is in civil engineering as a field, mostly water resources. I've been kind of listening and sitting in here in the back corner over here, listening to the conversations. And I think a couple things that to me pop raised to the top is one, I think there's a lot of information, misinformation, whatever you want to call it, that's going on out there that clearly you all are not on, even on, you as the board are not even on the same page about. There's stuff that, there's a contract over here with an agreement with the county in the past. It doesn't matter who agreed to it. The board of the township at the time agreed to that in the past to come up with a plan for the road because they recognized the value of spending the money at that time on that road, and therefore a long-term maintenance plan should have been developed and performed over time. I'm hearing that a lot of the community members that have showed up today feel like there hasn't been very much maintenance on that road over the past many years. I don't know, nobody knows what those numbers are except for you all right now. But I think that, to me, what feels like needs to be happening right now is there needs to be a reassessment of that road, its current status. We know what the traffic's like, we know the value that that road is in the township. And yeah, it's only a mile, but that mile serves a lot of different people. There's a lot of dollars coming from that mile. And there's a lot of value, property values being hung up on that mile. And so that in and of itself warrants a maintenance plan, a real maintenance plan to patch it today, a long-term plan to make sure that we continuously are improving it every year in order to make sure that we're not constantly trying to keep up with deferred maintenance, that maintenance is being upkept so that we're not having to backtrack and fix things that we didn't maintain the year prior. The other thing too that I really feel like would be worthwhile is when we come up with that, I agree with you, there's multiple options. I'm an engineer, so there's always a do nothing option. There's always a tear it out option. I agree with those things. But it has to be done in assessment of the value of the road, not just because I feel like it or because of these other things. There needs to be an actual plan and dollars associated with to look at the long-term impact that that road has on the township, both in value as well as in cost. And what I'm hearing is none of that has been done yet. So my question to you all coming to this meeting was, what is the township's direction? Like, what is your desire for that road? Is it to do the assessment, to do what was agreed upon in the past, or is it to tear it out, which is what I think everybody here, I don't know how they heard it, okay? I don't know where it comes from. But the point is everybody in this room heard that. So that came from somewhere. So the question I have is, what is the intent of you all on the township for that road?
So I think when we started this, and Colin and Tony can correct me if I'm wrong, when we started this, we were going to do the double chip seal to fix it. And then when we went to the county, or the county came to us and said, okay, do you want your road chip seal or not? The county came out and assessed it and said, we will not do the double chip seal until these certain things are done. And so then we said, okay, well, we can't do it. So
That assessment was by
that
the road
is-
superintendent.
That's where I know things are at, is that we as a township were going to do the $17,000 chip and seal until the county said, no, the county won't do it because we have an email somewhere that says the things that they had to have done before the county would perform it.
Okay, and so those things that they said needed to be done, did that include all the things that Colin, who, by the way, Colin, you have been so patient on the phone. I give you so many props. Does that include all the things that he had the discussion with on the county and the value of what those are? Or are these two separate things? Because what I'm hearing him say is, I'm sorry, what was your name, sir?
Tony.
Tony. What I hear Tony saying is, well, we can't do anything until we just completely rip it out and redo it. What I hear him saying, the county isn't saying that. When I hear what Randall was saying, the county isn't saying that. They're saying these are certain things that you need to do so that we know that we're not wasting our money to patch it. But I haven't heard a single word about what those are and the value of those. It's always been, it's all or nothing. Well, there's no plan associated with it. Is that true?
Can I speak on that?
I'm new. I'm asking.
Can I speak on that?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, the road's not stabilized. They want a stabilized road. And then the drainage issues, they have to cut the ditches. We have to cut the ditches, but the fiber optic's in the way. The trees that are down at the bottom of the draw that are on the north side, those have to come out because they're in the ditch line. They're gonna impede the flow. So is the north side or the south side of the road also need ditches, but all those trees have to come out. They have a profile of the road and the ditches to meet county spec. That's what they told me. It has to meet these specs in order to do that, and it has to be stabilized.
And that's
What's
where
that
that
you
little
learned
creek
today?
is. That's where the little creek is.
So what have you done?
Well, Colin's trying to talk. Yeah, Colin.
I'm sorry, who's talking?
You, Colin.
Okay. Yes, the county does have specs. The big difference is, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't have to be done right now. We can, and the only thing that Curtis said, you can work towards it as long as the township will commit to meeting those requirements. Didn't really set a timeline, so we could work on it a little bit at a time. I still think that I talked to Jim Ralston, who has a lot of road experience. He was in agreement that digging out those spots, 6-8 inches, putting some rock in there, compacting it, and putting asphalt on would be a decent fix at this point in time, as we work towards getting all these other things done. That's what I'm saying. The second thing I wanted to bring up, I was really unaware of this letter that Randy Wells was talking about from the county.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't think we ever heard about that, if I remember right, Samantha. I would like to get with Randy, get the letter, and investigate this a little bit further and see what the county, if he talked to Will Johnson, okay, we got this letter now. What do we need to do to set up a plan for maintenance of this road? I'd be more than happy to do that. That all makes sense?
Yeah, so this is John, and that's all for me as a homeowner, that's what I'm the letter, there's been investment already done on this road. It does feel like there needs to be a plan developed in concert with the county to look at the value of the road and assess this long-term. And just like the county engineer, I'm sure is thinking the exact same thing I am. They're like, you're not going to fix everything overnight, but you need a 10-year plan. You need something long-term to say, this is how we're logically going to invest our dollars. We have a treasurer, we have a budget that we have every year, so we just need to take pieces off and maintain it over time so that we're not trying to catch up with deferred maintenance. So for me, walking away from this meeting, that's what I would like to see. Before you decide to decommission a road, completely tear it out, can we at least see what the plan is, the other options to mitigate and to bring it, maintain it the way it should have been maintained. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Well, we have a budget, and that's true. But I also have culvert issues, I have box issues, I have drainage issues. I mean,
Okay,
it's
you
not
keep
every-
coming up
You've
with
been doing a great
excuses.
job.
Go
You've
ahead.
been doing a great job. You've been doing a great job.
Go ahead, Colin, we're gonna wrap this up here pretty quick.
Okay, that's a good idea. Again, I'm willing to take that on. I agree. We need a plan. We need to have something written down in paper or whatever with the county on how we're going to deal with this.
Hey,
We can
Colin.
talk about it for, yeah, go.
I found an email from Curtis Mader sent February 3rd of 2025, and he sent it to Randy only, and then Randy forwarded it to us. And it's talking about the whatever, and then it says, this is from Joe, who is the South Shop supervisor, whom Curtis Mader sent to inspect the road. So Curtis Mader said, I've asked Joe, the South Shop supervisor, to inspect and assess the condition of each road. Please let me know if you plan to purchase and store the aggregate for your chip seals, or if you prefer the county to handle it, blah, blah, blah. From Joe, Benton Township on 50th. Multiple areas need patched, multiple areas need ditch work, and multiple areas need tree trimming before we will chip seal the road. And then, right, so then Curtis later told Ted, because Ted sent an email asking for a use of some county equipment to collaborate with the county, and the county said, no, we do not loan out our equipment. I'm paraphrasing. The township is to ensure the road is in proper condition prior to chip sealing. Additionally, our policy is not to lend out equipment or personnel for projects we are not directly involved in. So they will, but the township will need to bring them to the appropriate condition beforehand. So this is what I thought this is where I'm at, is they said these things need to be done before we will chip seal it. And so it is ditch work, tree work, and patching.
So what have you done since February?
Right.
Absolutely. I agree, Samantha, I don't disagree with any of that, and that's exactly what he told me. But again, it does not have to be done at one time. He said you can work towards patch the road, work towards getting that done before they will chip seal. But we can, he basically said he thinks the road is not that bad. He could probably, we could be patched, we could work towards the ditches, we could work on getting the trees out, but it doesn't have to be done all at one time. We can work towards that. He said if you commit to working towards it and getting the chip seal,
So then why don't we get some estimates on how much it's going to cost to do the repairs? Because Ted is not going to be shoveling coal
Asphalt.
patch and asphalt into those as a one-man band.
I think that's part of the plan that we need to develop. Along with, you get the plan, you figure out what needs to be done, you start getting budget numbers, and we see how that all fits together.
But
I think that's the plan we need.
So
who
is he?
sent that letter? From the, I'm sorry, I'm asking, it's hard, Colin, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
This
I'm pointing
letter-
to Randy and asking who sent the letter.
This letter was Butler County Board of
Who
Commissioners.
signed it? Who sent it?
Jeff Masterson, Chairman, and Randy Mash, Trustee. Both signed it.
Wasn't Jeff the county commissioner from that area?
That was Jeff Masterson. Now it's Kelly Herzit because they redistricted. So Herzit's now our
So that's not from the engineer's office. That's from the
County
county
Commissioner.
commissioner's office.
well, it was CC to Darrell Lutz, County Engineer.
Right, but
So he
that's
knows
just like,
about it.
yeah, but he's
But-
retired now.
I
I don't
realize
think that matters though. I mean, honestly, to me.
I guess what I'm saying is, I've had 2 meetings with the county engineer and the assistant engineer. I've had 2 meetings with Will Johnson, the county manager. They both drove the road. They both said what you were reading there, that the road's really not in that bad a shape. It just needs, like, the potholes haven't been patched.
In February.
How tough is that?
In-
We can go do that in one night.
Hold on, pause. In February February it wasn't that bad, and then we got torrential rain after torrential rain.
We went
after
through,
torrential
we
rain.
went through epic snowstorm, and then a 100-year flood, and then torrential rains before that. So what we've been doing is trying to repair the road. You asked what I've been doing, we've been trying to repair the damage of the weather.
Since February.
Right. Of what?
Since February.
On 50th Street?
Yeah,
you're
but
trying
you know,
to-
the,
No.
You haven't done anything on 50th.
No, nothing's been done.
You used a,
No.
a few
I work
FEMA dollars
I work 72
to patch
miles
the
of road,
hole.
not your mile. I work
Okay.
72 miles,
We're
not just
talking
your
about
mile.
50th.
We got 72 miles in
We're
this.
talking about 50th.
Well, right, I'm talking about, he asked what I've
What have you
done.
done?
They're gonna
what have
get
you
us
done on
the numbers.
50th?
Okay.
What have we done? Did we not
So
clear
the bottom line is do we have the three of you, Colin, Tony, and Samantha, your support to build a plan? Do we have your support to build a plan?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna talk to the county commissioner, or not the county commissioner, but the
So
county
now you're
engineer.
finding more excuses.
You ought to get a beer.
Don't put words in my mouth. I'm gonna talk to the county engineer, and I'm gonna get something in writing. That way that we avoid this, the he said, she said.
Why don't we get him to a meeting with all of us?
Well,
So we
if he-
all
if he-
hear
if
the
he's
same
willing-
thing.
If he's willing to do that, and so
I'm
do you.
sure, he's very nice.
Yeah.
He's willing
Okay.
to sit down with us. Will
Yeah.
Johnson will sit down with us.
Yeah.
They'd have been at this meeting probably if we'd have asked him. All I'm saying is I'd like for all of us to hear the same thing
And build a plan.
and build a plan. Because that's what this, in 2021, it says that a plan needed to be, I mean, we all plan. You plan your life, you plan what you do, your work, everything. All we're asking, a lot of people use that road. It is fantastic road.
Yeah,
And-
the fact that that road is held up with that kind of traffic on it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's nothing short of a miracle.
Yes.
You and pavement know
And-
that.
And he told me the same thing that he said. He said, there are some issues and I'd like to see some compaction and stuff like that, and some of the ditches cleaned out. And when I was at that last meeting a while back before, it was the last meeting before Tony, you guys took office, you bought a new piece of equipment. Wasn't that the point of that equipment, to clean ditches?
When, it was the point of the, but we have one guy, and so when we have so much other stuff to do, we can't devote, we as a board would love, or maybe I'm speaking for myself, every ditch in this township needs help. There's not a mile you drive down that a ditch doesn't need cleaned. But we have one guy who is the grader operator and the ditch digger and the
And on a limited budget.
There was a tree that fell across the road, and we've got to go get it out of the way for traffic.
Little budget,
And
yeah.
we have all of these things to do. And so yes, we absolutely would love to work towards and do all of these things. We put an ad out in February, March to try to get part-time help. We can't find anybody who wants to work part-time to help us out. So
An ad
Yes.
for what, a grader? you mean?
for
Part-time
part-time
Grader or?
equipment operator, ditch digger, tree hauler.
That's everybody. That's every
Anyway,
company. That's every
right.
business. That's every government.
Exactly. So
Nobody-
I guess,
That's right.
I guess so what I'm
That's
saying
right, it
is
is.
like, I know you guys think that we're not doing anything,
That's not what we think.
but we.
That's what you've said.
It's-
No, we're afraid of what
You
you
said,
want to do.
"What have you
That's
done?"
the problem. We're afraid of what you want to do.
Nobody wants to turn that chip seal thing under to gravel that has told me about it, except you guys right now.
Okay, I'll tell you
That's
what,
we're
I'll tell you
saying.
what I'm
We're
not gonna
We're not
do.
worried about what you're doing. We're
I'm
worried
not
about
gonna
what
vote.
you might want to do.
I'm not gonna vote to spend an epic amount of money to fix that when I've got so many other issues.
That's fine. Just
Did-
vote to say
okay,
that you're
go
not
ahead,
going to
go
tear
ahead.
it all up.
Go ahead, I'm
And
sorry, I
we're
wasn't
gonna,
listening,
We're
go
going to
ahead.
create a plan.
We're on the same
He had an
page.
excellent point.
See,
We're
we're
going to
this,
create a plan, and we're
Yeah,
going
I
to
know,
go
Randy,
from there.
I know what you're doing.
Tony, what
Well,
I'm doing.
this was all I was.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get where you're going. But I'm telling you right now that we have other issues.
We want a chip seal.
You know, I've got broken boxes. I've got culverts that are too narrow for the road. We've got all kinds of stuff. So if you're going to do that, and I'm going to okay it, it has to be within a budget number that's reasonable.
Tony, nobody
Let's
is
make it
saying
right.
they want you to do it.
And your cost plus 10%. That's exactly what we're trying not to do.
I didn't get a phone call with Scott, he said, and John Reed with me to go walk the road, so I don't have any idea what you walked on for budgeting, but we'd be happy to put a price in, for sure. But I like our plan we got here to pass
Yeah,
it.
but what do you think that, just estimate it, because you live there and you know that road. What do you think that number's about going to be? You're an estimator.
You know, I think you're showing your true colors there.
I know, I'm just asking
He hasn't walked it.
you. You don't, you're an estimator, correct?
Sure, yeah.
You got a ballpark in your mind. You do that every day. What do you think it's going to
You
be?
can saw cut that, and I think we can find a solution here, all together here, to fix that road to where the county will chip seal it. The county engineer said it doesn't have to meet the specifications, we have to just work towards it.
That's not what he told me, though, sir.
Well,
That's why I'm going to meet with him to get it in writing. When he expects that, because I have to answer for that tax dollar.
Right.
I
We
have to.
voted you in here, I want to encourage you to be professional.
Right, I know, but I'm saying I have to be responsible for those tax dollars.
Can we
the
develop a
AG?
plan?
There are tax
And-
dollars.
Yeah, that's right, but I have to, I'm responsible for those.
We
So
voted
if
you
those
to be
numbers,
in that position, yes.
so you have a ballpark idea on those numbers? What do you think that estimate would be?
I don't
Ballpark.
understand why you're playing these games right now.
Well, I'm not playing games, I'm just saying that $80,000 is not even
I don't think
it's a $100,000 fix.
Tony, I don't think this is productive. Asking a
At all.
professional, from a
At
professional
all.
professional,
It's on
call
the
out.
website.
Let's not go there. We know that.
I'm not trying to discredit
Tony,
anybody,
we're-
but
We're being productive.
but I'm telling you right now that 80,000 plus is not a budgetary fix.
Buddy, everyone's listening to this and listening to the show you're putting on, and we'll remember it.
Go ahead and
Where you
remember it,
are,
I- you know,
how
that's fine.
unprofessional you are. I've sat here and I've complimented you on what you've done with your tiny budget and small crew and issues all over the place, and we're all here to work towards a solution, and all you want to do is fight.
I'm not trying to fight, but I'm just saying that I'm not going to okay 80,000
All right,
plus.
let's stop, let's stop.
Can we have a plan developed?
That's what I call it.
Can we make a motion that we have to make?
Excuse me.
Let's listen, second it.
Guys, please stop. Someone on the phone is trying to talk.
Yeah, this is Glenn Coleman, I'm a weight operator. The road, you shouldn't give up on the road. We need to patch it. And I need an oil distributor and I need an air compressor. I can patch, myself, can patch the road. All I think it needs is built up. And then have the Butler County come in with their chip and seal.
We're here to help.
We can help you.
I got traffic
He
control.
needs one of those, we'll get him whatever he needs.
What about the trees in the ditch? Are we allowed to cut those down? Or is that a
Are they on
liability
your
too?
property?
If it's in the ditch next to a person's property,
Then
can't they
it's the
cut?
liability on the township.
So we can't even do that.
Unless we hire you as a contractor to do it. If that tree falls on you, who are you suing for the medical?
So can it be
bills?
donated if insurance is provided and a qualified contractor? Can it be donated by the
If
citizens?
somebody's bonded and insured, then
For a dollar.
absolutely, that's what we can do.
So can we all get together to cut the trees and whatnot?
Yeah.
I mean, I got insurance.
So do I.
I can.
We've done work for the county. I got
So
traffic.
you're
control.
gonna put these people on Andel's payroll?
Andale Construction would be happy to help trim the trees and so forth if it could be donated.
That's great, thank you.
B3 landscape
Yeah,
consultants will do
but-
it for $1.
Are you on board
But
with
the
that, or
but
are you
the
gonna find an
stop,
excuse for
stop,
that?
enough. But so you're gonna put the people that are working on that project on that insurance?
Andale Construction would be happy to trim the trees, donate the trees and offer traffic control to help.
Oh, okay,
help the
I thought
township
these
out.
people were gonna be out cutting trees, but you're talking Andale coming in and cutting the trees. Yes,
Over
I'm
and
okay
over
with that
again,
as long as
All
there's
you want to do
insurance.
is be confrontational. We're here to try to
I
offer a
just said
solution
I would be okay with
the
that as
township.
long as it was the contractor that did the work.
So
It
as long
sounds
as
like we don't
nobody
have an
sues
issue.
Benton Township, you're fine.
Excuse me?
As long as nobody sues Benton Township, you're fine.
Well, you have to sue the county, but yeah.
Okay, you're
But-
fine
but
with
the
that.
parameters have
You're
to be-
fine with that.
the parameters-
Yes or no?
No, I'm not gonna finish, I'm gonna finish what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to the county and I'm gonna get clarification on it. And if that clarification comes back, yes, I'm fine with that. But I don't make those decisions. We lean on the county in a lot of different ways. Water flow, water quantities,
We talked
all
over the
kinds of
engineer the
stuff.
whole time.
Do what?
We
you
talked
let
over
us
the
know?
county engineer the whole time.
Will you let us know if the county says yes or no? Yes.
You'll have to come to the next meeting.
But you will check that out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Probably be 4 more times of us.
Okay.
So can
That's
we
great.
commit to a plan to study this 50th Street issue?
There can't be a motion.
That plan?
We haven't even started
So-
the actual business
I
meeting, so
started
we
the meeting
can't
yet.
make a motion yet.
Okay, so you are aware of the county's plan, correct? You have a copy of the plan of all their road work?
I have not seen this document that you're holding at me. I see it, please.
You look down where the little line is at the bottom, it says that in August, which is this month, the county will chip and seal, single chip and seal 50th from Santa Fe Lake Road to Tawakoni 1 mile.
So they made this thing, remember when I said that we as a board said we would chip seal the road, and then they said it wasn't ready? They have to prioritize, like, they made this back in January probably of this year. And so we had to commit ourselves back in January to say, yes, we're on the list. And so,
So did you see this in January?
no, the county doesn't give me their project list. We told them, we want to chip seal this road. Did we not?
Yeah,
We said, we want to chip seal this road this summer.
We sure
And then the string of emails that I read earlier that said, your road is not ready to be chip sealed.
Okay,
So no, the county does not share their project list with us. They said, I believe they asked Tony if we were ready yet, and he said, no, it's not done yet.
but when you met with, Tony, you said you met with the county engineer, he didn't indicate that the 50th was on the August list.
he said, he asked me if we're gonna put on the list if he thought we would be ready, and I said, with the parameters that you're giving me, no, I don't think so.
Right.
Right, he gave me,
So
he had to
then-
give me a print
okay,
profile.
So then did you indicate to him that Benton Township would work on the road to get it up to that point?
No, I did not.
And why not?
We're in the middle of a snowstorm.
No, you had a meeting with him
Yeah,
about
no, I got priorities. I got priorities, and you know, when we have a 100-year flood and we see where those waters are, we still have to go reclaim that. We're still in the midst of
I'm
that.
not saying you guys aren't busy and it's a thankless job. I understand that. We're here about 50th, and that's what we're trying to talk about. But this plan lays right on the counter when you walk in to the Public Works Department. There's a stack of these. And I specifically asked him about it, and he goes, here's our plan. Here's what our plan is. And 50th is on there. Now, he did say, we do all the county roads first, and then we do the double chip seal second, and then all this bottom is all single chip seal. If we get to that, but he said, we did buy an asphalt machine, and I'd like to start doing asphalt as soon as we get the machine. So he said, I don't know if we'll get to 50th this year, but he said, the road is not up to specs. And he said, I spoke with Mr. Rodriguez about the road isn't up to specs and there's a few things that need to be done. Some ditches, some compacting of the sides, and getting potholes filled. And he said, then we can chip seal that road. That was exactly what he said to me, and it sounded the same thing that I heard Colin say. But all we're here asking for is, we'll help. We'll do whatever we need to do, because that road is critical, and it's critical for Benton Township, which you're the head guy. You guys are the head of Benton Township. This is all of our tax dollars, and plus the money that we raised, 20 grand, which is not a lot of money, but it was at the time. Everybody chipped in. You know, we'll do whatever we need to do. I think everybody here agrees. We'll do whatever we need to do to help you guys get this done. Whatever it is. But I think it would be a travesty not to fix that road. There's some and I just got an email today from Mr. Elrod. And they had family members come over and they drove down 50th, hit 2 potholes and blew out 2 tires, cost them $500. Now, you know, and I know, everybody here knows, you can go get coal patch at APAC. Now, that's not a permanent solution, but you can put coal patch in a few potholes to get them at least smoothed out a little bit. There's some things that we can do, but we're willing, everybody I talk to is willing to do whatever to get this done. We just would like your permission and have a plan. And no, if you ask me what 1,000 t-shirts are gonna cost printed, I can't tell you, and I was in the business 45 years. But I gotta look at the pricing, look at the situation, the artwork, you know, you can't just ask somebody to, out of the blue what something's gonna cost. And just like the work you do, you'd have to go see what you need to do before you can get an estimate. But I think we can work together and get this accomplished. And I don't think, from what the engineer told me and from what Will Johnson, county manager, told me, the road isn't that bad, that it just needs a few things fixed. And I understand where you're coming from as the trustee. You want to fix them all, but they don't require that at this point to get the double chip seal done. I just like to see our plan to get it to double chip seal, whatever that is. And it,
Single chip seal?
or single, I'm sorry, single chip seal. But yes, and yes, did I go around and talk to 62 people that paid $345 a piece to raise that $20,000? Yes, because I told them what was told by me, that the plan would be developed to maintain that road as a hard surface road. It's the only hard surface road in Benton Township that you guys are responsible for. The only one.
Now would be a perfect time for you guys to say, thank you for all your input, and we're gonna develop a plan and get back with you.
Thank you for all of your input. We're going to develop a plan and get back to you.
I got one other question.
Good.
Good
idea.
When
Thank
you
you
talk
for your hard
about,
work.
when you talk about the ditch works, do you take those ditches back to where they're mowable? Because I've got 2 neighbors, they can't mow them before shit.
So, right, I agree 100%, and I had my own ditch problems from the grader, and we just went in and fixed it ourselves. So again, Ted right now is just trying to make a crown in the road, so he cuts down the ditch, and then we have not had the manpower to go back and smooth and correct and make it beautiful.
This
So,
is 4 or 5 years ago.
okay, well,
You
They
have
fixed that
erosion
ditch.
problems. You can blame correct the ditches all you want, but as long, you've gotta have some kind of map down, or, you know, so erosion will happen.
any other citizen comments?
Just real quick, if I may. The, in regard to the easement situation and the fiber optic, I put in, back when I worked, I'm Bill Hogger, I lived out there 30 years. And Tony, after I retired, I took that job, put in 3 fiber optic lines between Tulsa and Kansas City. And a couple of things I learned is, by the way they're constructed, if you did have a plan, if you elected to have a plan and told them what you needed to do, it's quite possible that they may have to do nothing. And if they did, they are constructed in a way that it can be dealt with. Number 2, and the third thing I learned was that oftentimes the landowners own clear to the middle of the road. They can't really do anything with it. That's a true thing. They can't really do anything with it because of all the rights that the county have. Basically renders it useless except for paying the taxes on it. But that's the way it's set up in a lot of cases, and if I'm not mistaken, in Briarcliff, that's the way it's set up. Just so if you basically it comes down, do you want to try and make a plan or not? I think that's been said.
Yeah, I've got a question.
She just said she did.
James Telfer, Briarcliff Lakes Estates. So just for clarification, like, what are you guys willing to commit to as far as the plan going forward? Because you're talking to the
I'm going to talk to the county engineer
again, so can
and get
will
it in font.
I'm sorry, I think the middle of my sentence got the
Go ahead.
beginning of yours. Are you willing to allow some members of Briarcliff Lakes Estates to be a part of that meeting so that we can corroborate what's being told? It sounds like somebody got told something over here, somebody else got told something different over here. And I think in order to have a plan and for it to be effective, we all kind of need to be on the same page.
Yeah, well, my scheduling is when I get to El Dorado, that's when I usually go to the courthouse. I'm fairly busy. Yeah,
It
so
sounds
just-
like no is the answer.
No, what I'm saying is, before, is I'm gonna go to the county engineer, and I'm gonna get it in writing, what he
So will
wants.
you commit to working with Randy or myself or John or Thomas or anybody else in this room to be a part of that meeting?
As soon as I get done with the engineer, and Mike, or Mr. Vito, Joe Vito, I'm gonna talk to them and ask them what their expectations are, and get it in writing, and then we'll all sit down. We can sit
So
down with that.
It sounds like the answer is no.
Okay, you want me to schedule a meeting with them,
Yeah,
and then,
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
okay,
I mean, is that too big of an ask?
it is right now.
Where did Colin get his information that he was talking about, the same as Randy had?
Colin, would you like to speak to that?
I didn't hear the question.
Where did Colin get his information the same as Randy had?
I got it directly from Curtis Nader.
So did I.
Curtis Mater.
And that's county engineer?
It's the county engineer.
Okay, so that's.
The same one that I talked to, that
Same
gave
guy
me a
you're gonna
profile.
talk to.
Right, same guy I'm gonna talk to, right.
Okay, so you should be able to relay what supposedly he told Colin and maybe get the same exact information, hopefully.
I'm gonna ask him to
Yeah.
put it in writing, what his expectations are to chip and seal that road. Right, and then there's no he said, she said, or no name calling, or none of this. It's all in font. That's what I'm gonna do. And I am extremely busy right now, so getting to El Dorado is tough for me. You know, I'm,
Okay. I'll take
Well,
Just a sec.
I can talk to him, and we can get a letter coming or an email or some kind of documentation. I have more time probably than you do.
absolutely.
I'm willing.
Okay, Colin, we hand that off to you.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
Go, Colin.
Thank you, Colin.
Goodbye.
What about meeting with the fiber optics people? Do you need to meet with them too? To see what?
The fiber optic.
Just wanted to make sure you're not gonna dig this into the fiber optics.
You have to have a job plan for the fiber optics to move them.
Down the road.
So are you gonna talk about that?
Now you have to have a job plan.
Somebody has to do that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on, pause. Yes, ma'am.
Can we have the plan by the next meeting?
The plan with the county?
Yeah. The plan with the road. With the road, about what to do, like the development of a plan.
I see two plans. One, to get the road up to where it's drivable. Two, to address all these issues that we brought up to coincide with that plan that he's already talked about.
I agree.
Well, that plan that he already talked about isn't in
That's the
existence,
long
so-
range plan. We need another plan for an immediate plan, to fix the road where it's drivable.
Yeah.
To just where it doesn't deteriorate more.
Right. I agree.
Yes, I think we can put together a plan by the next meeting.
That's good.
Okay, are there any other comments, or can we actually start the meeting?
Thanks for taking our questions.
Yeah, thanks for listening to us. I know it gets.
And fixing our
What is your
roads.
question?
I don't have a question. And for fixing our
No,
roads.
I can't hear you. What is your question?
He was saying thank you, Tony.
Oh, you're welcome. I thought Justin, you had a question. Okay. Reading the approval of the minutes of July.
I wasn't here, so I can't.
I moved to, Colin, I moved to okay the minutes of meetings of July.
I'll second, and you should have copies of the email.
Yes.
Yeah, I read them. I just feel like I can't vote on them because I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll second, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna go into old business, the FEMA updates.
So we got our $1,200 for the administrative costs, and that was deposited into the account a week ago.
The source of the FEMA projects from January, I finally got the closeout letters, that was completely done. And I have not heard a word other as far as all the flooding from January.
June.
Don't know if that's gonna be declared or not.
Do they know a date of when that might be declared?
Okay.
The state guy has all the information, he's got, some of the logs that Ted kept up, he's got all the pictures, and, we just have to wait and see if it's declared.
I thought the county declared it a disaster. Okay, all right, thank you. Part-time employment?
Okay, we have not gotten any applicants for anything. I re-upped the ad today yet to renew it for another month. It's like a month by month thing. And then there's just not anybody coming in, so.
Doing that.
Hey, Ted.
Excuse me, Bill, we're having a meeting. Thank you. Go ahead.
Ted, you had mentioned somebody who wanted to apply. Did they submit a resume or anything?
No,